It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we are a mile high at Broncos Stadium in Denver, Colorado. Just a short time ago, sounds loud enough to reverberate across the Rockies. They're ready for football in Denver as the Broncos get set to do battle with Carson Wentz and the Philadelphia Eagles. This will be taken very short. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run for the first time with Phillip Lindsay. And he'll hope that this is not a sign of what's in store as he has to fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. The corner Ronald Darby comes up to get him. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, a run with Lindsay. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave them with 3rd and still 7 yards to go.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Throwing his lock on 3rd down. He's got his tight end fan. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A great pickup there, 35 yards, and obviously the first down to go along with it. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. It's just me.
Faking the give to Lindsay. Here's Locke. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Derek Barnett able to maneuver in for the sack. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Here's Locke to throw. He's got his 6'5 receiver. That's Tim Patrick. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
Nice methodical opening drive here. They're already into field goal range. They're in a good spot. You know that people like to take a shot in this part of the field. But at the same time, as methodical as they've been, they might want to run the ball a little bit here too.
And just on the outskirts of the red zone, they have options now. Either way, though, they've come out with a purpose. He's got a man. It's Sutton. That's complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down.
1st and 10 at the 11-yard line.
53. 80 weapon. Slam, slam, slam.
Pilot, 64, weak.
And that'll set him back 5. So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game.
Check, 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 check.
Hey, Haywood. Lee Griffin.
On play action, Locke. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Tim Patrick there to make the grab. And the Broncos take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. And he's got it. 7-0 Broncos. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 22. Wentz off the fake handoff to Howard. Trying Getting it to Jackson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. They could not ask for a worse start. You give up a touchdown on the game's opening drive, and then you turn right around and throw the interception on your very first play.
And this is where the coaching staff has to earn its money, because they've got to calm these guys down a little bit. Just as you noted, a horrendous start both sides of the ball. But now the defense, which gave up an opening drive touchdown, they've got to go out there now and start playing like the team they want to be.
Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. 36 yards on the play. How about this first quarter for them throwing the football?
This defense has zero answers for what they've seen so far with the ball in the air. I'm not sure how they're going to change things around, but offensively, I keep attacking. I keep throwing the football until they make me change.
Topper!
He's checking, he's checking, he's checking. Crash, crash.
Go!
That's mine. I got him, I got him.
Say go!
They'll look to run with Freeman. And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Broncos push further out in front. Nice job of polishing off that drive, but all the credit there goes to that play prior.
Yeah, it certainly does, because after that big play, I think resistance almost felt futile at that point, didn't it? And the very next play, they come right back, quick, fast, and in a hurry, and put it in the end zone.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Eagles in possession. They've got a 3rd down and 5 to start things out.
Here we go.
Now a play fake. Wentz. And this is caught by Jackson. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 16 and an Eagle first down.
And another thing that makes the comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. Nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
Wentz's throw into the hands of Aguilar. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It's a gain of 16 and an Eagle first down.
Box, right. 14, 82, 14.
Mike, 51.
Go.
Wentz now on first down. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had to fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. 22 yards there, a first down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Wentz's throw taken in by Sanders, and they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Wentz to throw again. He'll hit Jackson, complete. So that'll get them the first down as they get 9 yards out of that quick slant. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And he'll score. Touchdown, Eagles. Taking it in from 4 yards out as they are now on the board here in the first half.
Well, this was a pass all the way, but he just kept buying time, didn't he? It was kind of like, wait. Oh, it's open. Time to hot-foot it and go. And, boy, was he successful.
Yeah, didn't go to the outside toward the pylon, just straight ahead, middle third of the field.
Shortest distance between 2 points. Straight line.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Second and 12 at the 19-yard line.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On second and 12, Locke into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox, and they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. That's caught by Jackson. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. 18 yards that time to push him up, first and goal. Right after the turnover, they come out, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Credit the sack to Von Miller. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on second and goal, back even further.
Hey, Orbit.
They fake the give. Now Wentz. And that will be caught, but out of the end zone, says the field judge. It's ruled incomplete. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. In their mind, certainly a field goal try would be a letdown. They had the great starting field position. Now facing third down. Now Wentz. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. And Elliott puts this one through. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you get.
Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Nigel Bradham. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. So after the INT, here's Wentz. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Deshaun Jackson, 46 yards. And the Eagles have taken the lead.
And while that touchdown does not give them an insurmountable lead, it's still a lead, and that always feels good to a team.
They'd love to take that into the lockers, but a little time left on that clock, so some work to do.
I like that. I like how you're guarding against a letdown there.
Are you looking forward?
Coaching them up from right up here in the booth.
The Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. You're down 3, under a minute to go. How aggressive are you going to be in this spot?
Not as aggressive as I probably would want to be. Only down 3. I mean, it might as well be even going into the half. That's not a deficit that makes me want to push it and potentially make a mistake in this situation and cost myself even more points.
But, boy, getting into field goal range and tying it, that's tempting.
Awfully enticing. You almost talked me into it.
On 2nd and 10, Locke. He completes this to Sutton. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down is Locke. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Nate Gary. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half.
Go. 280.
On 1st down, they run with Howard. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Throwing is Wentz. And a big loss here as he's taken down. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. A final shot before half for Wentz. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've hit halftime, just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the 3rd quarter gets underway. That's fielded in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They have the lead now. They'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had an ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
19 yards the pick up there. Move the chains.
First down, Eagles.
82. 45, Mike, 45. Hey, Delta. I'm coming up to you. Hey, check Mike 45. Check Mike.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle first down.
A gain of 12. First down.
On 1st down, Wentz. He's going to let this go deep for Jackson. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Alert 3.
Wentz on the draw, leaves it for Sanders. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 10 yards there and an Eagle first down. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 41. From the gun. The tight end Ertz. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Well, they heard that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.